As you guys hike towards Landscape Arch on your way to the primitive trail, take note of this guy. This is submarine rock. We'll be taking a closer look in next week's video. Our video this week begins right after Double O Arch. Instead of going left at the fork after Double O, we'll be going to the right and following the primitive trail on our way to Private Arch. This guy is also important to today's video due to another rock formation we'll be taking a look at later today.
So before you guys decide to hike on out to Private Arch, realize this is the trail. You will either be going up or down or both. Either way, it's not the easiest trail in the world. I think most people would do just fine. Just realize that not everyone will. Fairly steep, fairly ledgy and rocky. All kinds of cool stuff out here to see as well. There's two different ways you can go. This is probably the most taken route that I'm taking right now. Yeah, the trail gets significantly easier for a while. We'll check in once again when we do a little bit more route finding. Make sure you guys can actually find where it is. There's this giant rock as well. This guy's balanced. Well, not quite like balanced rock, but he's definitely balanced. He's just not going to fall too far when he does fall. And look for this rock formation to know that you guys have followed the correct path. So if you guys remember that hidden arch from earlier, if you walk down the trail here towards Private Arch, you get a closer look. Pretty cool. Cool little arch here. Pretty unique shape. Kind of like a buffalo. Alright, the next important part is when you see this little fork in the road. The wash goes to the left, the trail goes to the right. Make sure you stay to the right. When you get up on here, turn, look out, and make sure you're higher up. If you're lower down, you went the wrong way. So this is the next obstacle you're going to have to contend with. Not that much of an obstacle. Be aware this area will be full of water after a rain event. Bone dry at the moment. But the easiest way is to go right on down right there on the left side if you're walking towards Private Arch from Double O. And you got another one. Once again, this area will be wet certain times of the year. I'd recommend sticking to the left, just like you did on the other one. Walk right on down. As you can see, it's a little bit damp there. These areas do fill up. Now make sure you guys stop and take a look here and see this arch. Almost diamond shaped, at least from this angle. If you guys want to see it, look for this little depression. You'll see this right here. You walk right over here, look up. You can always look a little further too. And this rock formation is fairly unique as well. Going a bit further, we're going to have another mud pit. It's a theme with this trail. There will definitely be times that you will get muddy if you want to hike out here. Once again, stick to the left, follow your sign. Watch out for your next sign. You got one right here. Right on up the rock face. Your next sign right here. I recommend sticking to the right. It's a much gentler slope for you. You know, once again, we got a pretty good view of that arch, but I don't like the angle as much. It just doesn't look as pretty from here. So when you guys get to this point and turn the corner here, walk out a little bit further till you can see this sign down here. This guy right here. Look up to the right and make note of what this rock formation looks like, because this is a trail you're going to need to locate. There are people that will have trouble finding it. After that, make sure you look over to the left, and behind you, right here, is a very unique, very cool rock formation. You definitely don't want to miss this guy, and plenty of people do. Pretty unique how the wind interacts with the rock here. Yeah, tiny bit of water too, but it is a desert. We really don't get that much rain. So when you guys get down here and you see the sign at that angle, right like this, there's two ways you can go. There's the one I showed you earlier, right there, dead ahead of you, up and to the right of the sign. And then there's this other one, right over here. It's a little bit further to the right. Probably a slightly easier trail, it really depends. I recommend checking out both. If you think you can't make one of them, go examine the other. You will have to go up one of these two though.
If you remember submarine rack from earlier in this video, this is what I call the mini sub. Notice how he looks very, very similar to the other rock formation, just in a much, much smaller size.
So when you guys get to this point on the trail, and you see this big fin sticking up, you're going to want to stop in between these two trees. So this gnarled guy and this gnarled half-dead guy self-pruned himself pretty good. Look straight out to the right. And you see an arch that quite a few people miss. Not sure what I'd call this one. Feel free to leave it in the comments below what you think this looks like. So if you guys do it right, you'll end up here with this big crack on your right side. Make sure you don't fall into the crack. You can either go down straight ahead, or you can go to the right. Probably a little easier to just stay here. Very beautiful view right out in front of you. Fairly steep, but not too hard otherwise. Come right up to this little canyon here. It's an absolutely giant tree. That's a very old tree. Now you could walk around right over this. I would not recommend it. I'd recommend going over to the left. Either way will technically work. And you guys will make it to where you see the sign for private arch. And you turn the corner, and here's the arch. If you guys want to see it, the only way to see it is to hike to this trail to this point. It's up on top of this fin. So if you look for this formation, when you're somewhere else, you'll know where it is, but you will not be able to see it due to all these cliff sides here. Well, they're fins, but they form a cliff side. These massive fins here will hide it. And of course, a view much closer up and underneath the arch. Notice all the echoes here. There really is a great echo chamber. Pretty unique shape, like a cross between a triangle and an egg. And if you guys walk out far enough after you go through Private Arch, you'll make it up to this viewpoint here. You'll see this pretty unique cliffside that seems to wrap around and make some kind of a cove or something here. Pretty unique formation. You see some of the trail down below. Very beautiful view. Highly recommend coming and checking this one out. Make sure you're very careful walking here. The falls here would be no joke. There's your cliffside right there. And that's where you walk to get here. So if you guys climb the fin right by Private Arch all the way to the top and walk out here, you'll get treated to a very beautiful view. I'm not sure what that looks like, but it looks like something, and it looks pretty cool. And of course, you have this other spiral-ish type rock formation out here. It's pretty cool as well. You got a nice commanding view from on high of all the trail systems down below. And you got another arch you can see in the distance here. Make sure you guys don't miss it.
This guy is called Black Arch.
This is the same one that you can see way on top over here when you're walking out. Of course, that's the fin where Private Arch is.
As always, please subscribe, like the video, share the link with a friend, and join me again next Saturday here on Magical Moab.